Byrne, and this is Isla Quinn, and we are here to answer your questions about all things practical ed tech. Now, I had promised in the promo for this, and we'd be answering your questions there, but the weather is not cooperating with us, so we're going to do this from our hotel room here in New Orleans. The reason we're in New Orleans is that my partner has a conference here, and so Isla and I are just kind of hanging out while Mom is doing conferencey things. So we thought we'd make a little video here before we take our nap. All right, so let's answer some of the questions that have come in over the last week. And as always, you can add your questions into the live feed, either on Facebook or on the YouTube Live. All right, so a few of these questions. First one was, I'm looking for some free speech-to-text apps that will work on my Chromebook or on my Windows 7 computer. So there's a couple of options that came to mind for me. One is Dictation.io. It's a free browser-based tool. Just go to the website, Dictation.io, and you can add in, just start speaking, and it will create a document based on everything you say. Always keep in mind you need to speak very clearly when you're using one of those free speech-to-text tools. The other one that came to mind for me is Dictanote, which is a Chrome extension, Dictanote. It's a free Chrome extension for speech-to-text. So if you're looking for speech-to-text on a Chromebook and you don't want to spend any money, those are a couple of good options. Question number 2. Volume envelopes in Beautiful Audio Editor did not work for me. Any ideas why? I have to do a little more research on why it was not working for that particular person. It did work for me. Now, if you're wondering what a volume envelope is, a volume envelope refers to the loop that you might use within a track on an audio editing tool. Say hi, Isla. Okay. Isla needs her Sophie. Hold on. This is Sophie. If you have a child at home, you're probably familiar with Sophie too. Everywhere we go, people say, "Oh, you have Sophie." So that's what volume envelopes are. Now, next question was, how do I get you to stop posting on my Facebook? That's why I made a video earlier this week about how to control what appears on your Facebook. You and Mark Zuckerberg's employees are the only people who can control what appears on your Facebook feed. So check out my video that I made about that. I posted it on Practical Ed Tech, and you can find that as well. All right, so next question was about Google Calendar. That came in through the Google form. I watched your video about Google Calendar appointments. My question is about sharing the calendar. If I share the calendar with my colleagues, will they be able to see the appointment slots too? The answer is yes. So just make sure that you're making your appointment slots on the same calendar that you shared. In fact, I used to do that when I taught on a team. I would create a Google Calendar that was shared and everyone could see the appointment slots, so that, let's say I was having a meeting with Isla's mom, for example, and I wanted to make it available to the rest of my team. I would make that available on that same calendar, so they could pop in if they needed to, but they didn't necessarily need to come to it. I hope that makes sense. So what we did is we shared the calendar. Everyone could see what the appointments were, and then if the appointment wasn't with me specifically, it became an optional thing for other people on my team to go to. All right, so where are we? Sorry, lost track there for a second. Here we go. So the next calendar, I tried the Google Earth Teach Tour Maker that you recommended. By the way, that came from a teacher, and I love things that are from teachers for teachers. Josh Williams made that. The Google Earth Teach Tour Maker is made by Josh Williams, who's a high school social studies teacher in Texas. Got to meet him last 2 years ago. Great guy. Is there a way to add audio to the tour in GE Teach Tour Maker? I want my students to explain each site in their own words. There is not a way to add audio to that currently. Now, a couple of workarounds. If you are not a Chromebook school, if you have desktop computers, Mac or Windows or even Linux, you could use the old version of Google Earth. The classic version of Google Earth is still supported by Google. You can still install it and get it for free. So you can try that, and that will let you add audio to your tour. You have to record it in real time while you're talking over your slides. The other workaround, and I did this with Google Maps, is to use a screencasting tool and have students record themselves talking while they're navigating around the map. So you might use a screencasting tool like Screencast-O-Matic, or if you're on a Chromebook, you might use something like Nimbus Screenshot. So that's another option. So no, in short, the GE Teach Tourmaker doesn't support audio yet, but there are some workarounds available. All right, and there's a question there. I thought there was a question on Practical EdTech Live. Well, where did it go? Someone popped a comment in there. Anyway, if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to add your questions right now. Otherwise, we're going to go take a little nap. Yep. All right, so thanks, everyone. Thanks for tuning in for this edition of Practical EdTech Live, even if you're just here to see Isla trying to be cute. Thanks for being here, and we'll see you next week for the next edition of Practical EdTech Live. As always, send me an email, richardbyrne@freetechforteachers.com, and I'll send an answer to you as soon as I can. Thanks.